Shalom. This is your brother Yashamai. Before I get into this message, I want to start out by giving all praises, all glory, and all honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakwak. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, whom rule and teach well, of whom I learn from daily. I want to send a sincere shalom to all you fellow brothers that are pushing this truth. And this message is going to be a short message about the spell which plagues very heavily upon the Israelite community, you so-called blacks, natives, and Latinos. And that issue is the mother issue. That issue is, well, really, primarily, it is the mother issue, but it's also a family issue. I'll get into that. Let's get some scripture here. This is 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. When I was let's start at 10. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away with. Verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Now let's get that word child here before we get into this lesson, because child, when the Apostle Paul was writing this, he wasn't, speaking figuratively about being a child. He was speaking metaphorically about being childish or untaught or unskilled. You see, before we came into this truth, being in the growing up as an Israelite, again, a so-called black, Native American, or a Latino, that mom issue is something that is that mom is above everything, and you got to take care of mom, and you got to take care of family. It's something that is is a spell that is pushed very heavily in our community. Famous songs like Tupac, Dear Mama, that's like the number one song for a lot of my generation and even some of the younger generation. Quotes such as, when I get out, I'm going to be rich and take care of my mom. Those really are childish things when you really think about it. And, just to kind of expand on that, who are the people that are making these songs about taking care of their mom and dad? Half the time, they are aspiring actors, aspiring rappers that are still living with their parents because they really haven't had any responsibilities as a man. They probably got babies' mamas that they don't take care of. They got children who they don't take care of. They probably haven't held down a 9-to-5. So this is being pushed onto our community by someone who hasn't really had any responsibilities. And us being in that community, we begin to mimic things that we see. So then that gets pushed on us. So then we want to take care of mom. We want to take care of dad. We want to take care of the family. And there's nothing wrong with with being helpful towards your parents or towards your family. But the way that it's pushed upon us is almost spellbinding, man. And so let's get this scripture here. When I was a child, child being unlearned. Let's go ahead and take the word child, and let's put in before the truth, because now that we're in this truth, we don't think as child. Before this truth, I spoke. Well, you really can't apply it like that. Before this truth, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child, and I thought as a child. We began to mimic the mama curse, the take care of family curse. But when I became a man, when we got into this truth, I put away those childish things. And that's what we have to do now. We have to understand that Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai comes first. Mama doesn't have to be taken care of, because mama should have a father who takes care of her. We have to learn how to step back on certain issues And the family issue is something that is very heavily pushed, and it can become a stumbling block, especially in the Latino community. Family, and I've been guilty of it too, especially, when I was a Christian, family's all we got. Family's all we got. And again, there's nothing wrong with helping your family member. But when it becomes a stumbling block, when it gets in the way of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, that's when you have to start to think like a man and not like a child. Let's get some more scriptures here. Let's get Luke 2:48. Well, no, I think there was another one I wanted. Here you go. Matthew 10:37. Anything that comes in the way of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, including family, needs to be put away. Matthew 10:37. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. See, Yahweh Shai was very specific because Yahweh Shai was a Judite also. But he was very specific in saying the mother and the father because he knew, even back then, he knew that this would be a stumbling block for us. We have to remember that Yahweh Shai was composing everything at the Most High's command. So he knew what was to come in the heavenly realm. Okay, and Yahweh Shai is telling you, if you are choosing your mom, if you are choosing your dad above Yahweh Shai, you are not worthy of him. Now, let me give you examples of picking your parents or your family members above Yahweh Shai. Let me give you examples of picking family member over Yahweh Shai, because most people will think that it's about denying Yahweh Shai. But no, it's not just about denying Yahweh Shai like Peter did. You choose your parents and your family members over Yahweh Shai when you miss camp for a family function, when you celebrate holidays that you're not supposed to because you don't want to get your family members upset at you, when you participate in, Thanksgiving, 4th of July cookouts, or Christmas because you don't want to upset your family. You're putting your family before Yahweh Shai, because now you have chosen that you would rather be comfortable in your household and not argue with your family members over staying true to the commandments. Those are examples of choosing the family over Yahweh Shai. And there are many examples. There are many other ways to do this, but those are the some of the most common ones. Now, let's see how Yahweh Shai responded to family members, to his mother specifically. This is Luke 2:48. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing. So Yahweh Shai was about his father's business, teaching, and his parents come looking for him. Where you been at? We've been looking for you. Why have you done this? And we, as prophets, we get that nowadays too. When we stop coming around your family when we stop coming around your family functions, you guys start to ask us, hey man, where you been at? I didn't see you at the get together last week. I didn't see you in the Christmas picture. I didn't get your Christmas gifts. Where you been at? Is everything okay? And that's what they were doing here. Yahweh Shai was being about his father's business. Motherfuckers be calling my fucking phone. That's why I don't be doing messages when I be having to, man. Because motherfuckers just be blowing my shit up, man. And it's all fucking work calls, too. I gotta get... This shit's... 2 and 49. 2 and 49. This is how Yahushua responded. And he said unto them, how is it that ye sought me? Wist ye not that I must be about my Father's business? And they understood not the saying which he spoke unto them. Yahushua's response was, why were you looking for me in the first place? The angel visited you and told you who I was to be. And for us, why are you asking us about where we've been at the family functions? You know what our beliefs are. You know I can't be taking part in birthday parties. You know I can't be taking part in certain functions. Why were you even looking for me? I'm about my Father's business. That's how Yahushua responded. You see, he understood and he showed us, and it was written as an example that we were going to have to put this truth before family. That the Father's business came first. Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua, his business, and then the brethren. Okay? That's how Yahushua responded, man. And that's how we need to respond. We need to start to put away the things of the childish flesh. We have to put away these spells that have been pushed on our community. All right? Because who are our brothers? This is Matthew, I believe this is Matthew 12. Yeah, Matthew 12 and 47. So again, Yahushua is speaking. And again, his family members are there wanting to speak with him. Yahushua is about his Father's business. And here come the family members again. This is 47. Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with you. Hey, man, your parents want to talk to you. Hey, man, your family members want to hang out with you. But he answered and said unto him, that told him, who is my mother and who are my brethren? And of course, Yahushua, you know, he's answering. Of course, Yahushua knows who his mom is. You know, come on. If you can't spiritually see that, what the fuck? Of course, he knows who his mom is. But he's posing a question to show everyone around him something. He says, who's my mother? Who's my brother? And verse 49, and he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples, man. He says, these disciples, and said, behold, my mother and my brother. And you see, we have a new family now. Anyone that is in this truth is your brother and your mother and your father. Okay? Not those that are your fleshly mother and your fleshly father cannot be put before the truth. The Father's business is more important than anything. And we have to cast down these spells that have been pushed upon us, man. Because there are many people that if you're not strong-willed, your family member will be a stumbling block to you. I can't go to camp. I got to go and see I got to go to auntie's birthday. I can't go to camp. It's my son's birthday. Man, Yahushua said anyone that chooses mother, father, son, or daughter above him is not worthy of him, man. That's heavy. But he didn't just take away your fleshly mother and your fleshly brother, but now he's given you new brothers and new mothers, so to speak, those that are in this truth. And what a blessing that truly is. It really is a blessing to be around those that are like-minded, man. So I've got one more scripture, and then I'm going to wrap it up. This is Hebrews 12 and 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed, that means surrounded, about with so great a cloud of witness, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which does so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. That's right. We have to set aside every weight. And every weight can even be family members, man. If you're not in this truth, if certain people aren't in this truth, you got to set that aside, man. Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua first, his business, then the brethren, and then everything else if there's time for it. And if there isn't time for it, Well, then you're fulfilling your purpose. Ecclesiastes, I think it's 13:7. Let's get that, and then we'll close out. Because ultimately, ultimately, that's what we're called for. I think it's 12:7. Purpose of the preacher. No, it's some 13. 13 right here. This is Ecclesiastes 12:13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, which is life. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. If you don't got time for anything else but you're fulfilling the purpose, that's it. You don't have to be going to every party. Love the Most High and follow His commandments. That's what we're here to do, man. So I hope this has been edifying. We need to start breaking down these barriers, these spells that have been pushed on our community, man. We have new brothers, we have new mothers, and those are those are those in the truth. And I also want to give you guys some more hope. When you understand reincarnation, we understand that even if we're losing our current brothers now and our current sisters and our current fathers and mothers because they can't accept this truth, those aren't the only mothers and brothers and fathers that we've had. We've had more in our past life, and we're going to be around like-minded individuals in the kingdom, man. So let's put away every weight that easily besets us, and let's focus on the work of the Most High. I hope this lesson has been edifying, and I send a sincere shalom to you, brothers. We're almost out of here.